Good morning. I'm Reverend Jessica, the lead minister here. My pronouns are she, her. Welcome to White Bear Unitarian Universalist Church. We are a community of youth, adults, and children of many diverse theologies held together by covenant, not creed. Together we share the values of courage, reverence, and compassion. May you know deep welcome and belonging in this place. To share a request for today's meditation, please place it in the chat box if you're watching on Zoom before the opening hymn, or add it to our meditation bowl. Please gain consent before you use someone's full name, and the meditation bowl is in our Soulworks Center, where you will also find activities for people of all ages if you need a little something to help control the fidgets or live out the fidgets, shall we say. And welcome to any visitors this morning. We're so glad you're here. Let's give a wave to all who are watching online. And all God's creatures do have a place in the choir. We are aware there is a bird in the lobby. We are attending to it. You know, it heard the service was so good, it wanted to come on down, and we're going to encourage it to go to the service in the world. So we are attending to that. And also, this has been a morning. There was a little bit of a burner left on, not a flame, just a burner. And that's why you might smell a little gas. And that's why all the windows were open. And that's why we had a bird in the building. But we're all right? Everything's fine. It's totally fine, not a big deal. So let's just shake it out. Take a breath. For those in the room, please join us at our social hour after the service in the social hall and atrium. And there will be cake. Because do we love cake? We do love cake, to honor Reverend Shay's last Sunday with us. Not forever, but for now. Welcome to our church. Together we grow our souls and serve the world with love.
Good morning. I'm Shay. My pronouns are she, her. And I am still, for one more week, your sabbatical associate minister. Come in. Come into this place we make holy by our presence. Come in with all your hopes, vulnerabilities, strengths, fears, and anxieties and loves. For here you need not hide, nor pretend, nor be anything other than who you are and who you are called to be. Come into this place where we can touch and be touched, heal and be healed, forgive and be forgiven. Come into this place where the ordinary is sanctified, the human is celebrated, and the compassionate is expected. My friends, come into this place, for together we make it a holy place.
I'm Tim Delson. I use the pronouns he, him. With our theme centering on the important place that music plays in our lives, I think of these words written by T.R. Ritchie in the song, Somewhere to Begin. A song is somewhere to begin, to search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. In a time when fear and pain and uncertainty came together in ways that felt overwhelming, music became a balm. I tuned up my guitar and we sang songs from summer camp, folk tunes and freedom songs, even a few old hymns. Giving ourselves to music, allowing the resonance to go from memory and heart to flow from our souls, brought light and healing. A song is somewhere to begin, to search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. In these days of frustration and disbelief at what's going on in our nation, in our world, when so much seems out of our control, foreign to us, when we wonder what will come next, we need a balm. Perhaps here too is the invitation to sing, where voice is given to that which seems undefinable. Music takes us beyond words, beyond present circumstances, and brings us to a new place, transporting us from where we are now to where we hope to be. A song is somewhere to begin, to search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. What songs linger in your mind? What memories do you hold of being sung to by someone that you love? What songs take you back to a place in time where something very significant happened in your life? How has your music changed as you have changed through life? What music encapsulates your deepest longing for yourself or for this world? This quote struck me. Don't ask me how I survived. Ask me what song I played on repeat when I thought my whole world was over. What music is on the playlist of your life? A song is somewhere to begin, to search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. It's good for us to be mindful of the role that music plays in our lives, the music that our lives sing. What tune, what key, what lyric do you bring into your relationships, into a room, into this very community? I light the chalice today as a reminder of the transforming gift of music. Whether others join you when you're singing or if you sing alone, no matter how it sounds, there's gift to be found in the song that flows from the heart. May it do its work in us. Please join me in the opening words. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Please rise in body or spirit for the singing of our first hymn, which is number 108 in your gray hymnal, My Life Flows On in Endless Song.
Thank you.
For our story this morning, I invite those young or young at heart to the front. It's going to be a little bit different from normal. It's going to be a bit of a lecture, a demonstration, and I am also going to ask you to sing as we are exploring music this morning. So for those brave, sing boldly. For those less brave, please sing boldly as well. So, hello, thank you. So, the more you think about how you perceive the world around you, the more your mind is blown, or at least that's how it works for me. And the way that you perceive sound is no different. Sound is air being compressed, ultimately. And when you hear something that has a tone to it, very often the single sound that you hear is actually many, many sounds combined together. The way that these sounds are organized is something called the harmonic series. This harmonic series is a mathematical principle, and for those who know more about math than me are probably going to be upset about how I'm framing this. Sorry, I was not good at math. But as far as I understand it, the way that the harmonic series works is that when you hear a sound, you hear a fundamental pitch. You hear that single note. But what's actually happening is a plethora of notes are being sounded at the same time. And those notes correspond to a continuous pattern, a pattern that is common throughout nature. This series of harmonic replications of sound make up the specific flavor of a sound that you're singing. So you and I may sing the same note, but it might sound different, or we may play it on the piano, or on a bass, or on a flute, or on a glockenspiel. The pitch is still the same note you may hear, but the timbre of it, the way that it is expressed, the way that you can identify that noise is different. And that's based off of how loud those harmonics are happening alongside it. So I'm going to now demonstrate a bit of what this harmonic series sounds like, and it's going to sound a little funky. So let me know if you can hear it. It's a little bit subtle. So you can hear the fundamental pitch is my groaning static notes. And in the air above it, you hear this whisper-like tone that's happening. I'll do it one more time. I'm gonna settle my heartbeat. So. Those series of notes are consistent throughout nature. This is how sound works with the constraints of the physical limitations of our environment. What's amazing about this is those pitches, that series of notes that you heard stacked up, also form the basis of much of the harmony that we use in the music that we play and listen to. Those notes stacked up make a major chord, and then a major scale, and then a chromatic scale. If you know about music, you might know what I'm talking about. If not, don't worry about it, it's not that important. But basically, the roots of the music that we listen to come from the roots of the physics that dictate our environment. There's argument among musicologists as to whether this physical limitation is the origin of the way that we make music, or whether culture had a bigger factor in the way that music was organized. And I don't have, I have no personal baggage as to whether it was science or culture. It was certainly both. And to me, that's amazing. We as humans impart our own societal baggage, our own interpersonal connection onto the structures of the universe that make up the way that sound is transmitted through air. Amazing. So together, we're now going to sing a little bit of that harmonic series and see if we can feel the resonances of the universe in those sounds. So for those of a lower voice, you can join me, and it's going to get higher and higher. So if you have a high voice, you can wait to come in or change notes however you like. So start with we're just going to go ooh. So make an ooh sound like you're excited to eat some cake after the service. So ooh. So this is our fundamental. We already have this note. And ooh, 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 we already have this note as well. Ooh, 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 ooh. You can stay down here if your voice is low. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we've already sung those 5 notes that we just sang together are the first 5 notes of this harmonic series that I've been talking about. So you may hear this in your environment if you are in like a tunnel or something. It really only happens in specific situations, but it does happen all the time. The last thing that we're going to do together is sing a little bit of meditation on breathing, which is our middle hymn today. And the reason why I want to connect this is because this song has the fundamental written into it. And it's truly in so much music if you pay attention. So I hope after hearing this lecture of mine, you might start to open your eyes to what that fundamental is, not only in the sounds you hear around you, but in the music that you hear around you as well. So can I have a C? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. We'll sing this again later in the service. So thank you so much for coming up and singing with me. I appreciate it. We are going to sing out the youth by singing number 1057 in your teal hymnal. We're going to sing this a cappella today. So sing boldly if you know it. Go lift it up. Could you give me a G major chord? Yeah. Go lift. Right, 2. Here we go. Go lift it up, love bless your way. Moonlight, starlight,
Now is the time in the service where we make space to name the joys and sorrows on our heart. I invite you to settle into your seat. If you are watching online, maybe see if you can create a little pause, a little spaciousness. If you're in the room, Feel free to sit down if you have anything in your hands, to just breathe, check in with your body. As we breathe together. Our prayer this morning is the Prayer for Resilience by Reverend Doug Taylor. And after the prayer, we will have a minute of silence, followed by singing meditation on breathing seated. We hold in care this morning member Greg Giles. We give gratitude for the quick actions of friends and for tremendous medical care after he suffered a minor stroke this past week. Mark Miller asks us to send prayers, thoughts of loving care and concern for their granddaughter Morgan, whose best friend Bryn passed away yesterday in an accident. The same care and concern is requested for Bryn's family. We hold in care 3 families who lost their homes in a fire in a nearby neighborhood. We send prayers of deep care for someone's dearest friend, Grace, who is undergoing treatment for colon cancer. We send strength and love. Let's take a breath together as we bear witness to those prayers that we are carrying. And now you may name into the space the people you would like to hold, people and places you would like to hold in care. May these prayers reach out and be connected to that thread that connects us all, that holds us all in love in the midst of it all. And we know that our hearts are big enough to hold joy and sorrow intermingled fine. So we name the joys of this community in this time as well. We share best wishes for Beth as she starts a new education journey. We send a prayer of gratitude to our volunteers and financial supporters of the WBUUC Habitat for Humanity project that occurs this week. We have 2 birthdays to celebrate today. Happy birthday, Gavin. Now you qualify for the senior discount at Waffle House. Sorry, Gavin, that's what was written. And we share happy 10th birthday, Castillo. Today is perfect. You do not yet qualify for the senior discount, but you do always qualify for a waffle. And now you can name any joys you would like to name into this space this morning. The start of the school year, we hold in prayer all of the teachers as they make their way. And now let us prepare to receive our prayer. Gracious and loving God, from whom all things come and to whom all things return, we gather on the edge of another week, and for some of us on the edge of our strength. We come buoyed by events of our week or weighed down by them, or we arrive in some paradoxical mix thereof. We are here in our congregation, a community of hope and restoration. At times we come weary and worn down, and for some, that is how we arrive today. At other times, we come with questions, with a longing, or with something to offer. But for those who come today shattered, broken, lonely, and lost, let us offer our prayer of resilience. Again, this week we test the tender places in our hearts and in our lives to see what healing may occur. Gratitude is often a source of healing. We give thanks for the landscapes of grace in our lives, for music and good companions, for the guidance of great principles and the examples of integrity all around us. We give thanks for all that lifts us up and for the lessons that lead us on. For the times when we are brought low by anxiety or adversity, show us the hidden wells of love we can tap into. Help us rise up once more, just once more, and once more again will surely be enough. Remind us we do not strive in vain, that we are part of a chorus, that resilience is in our bones, that we continue to work for peace on this earth, for justice, and with the deep knowledge that again and again healing and grace come like soft rain. Be thou an ever-present strength upon our journeys, and teach us how to rise again and again. This we ask in the name of all that is holy and divine, in the name of that great love that connects us all. Amen. Sometimes we just need a laughing meditation, right? So who's ready for announcements? Do we need to do any stretches, little calisthenics? Okay. In community news announcements, we are in need of a few small group facilitators for next Sunday after the service during coffee hour. We will be talking about community needs during the service and want to open up space for people to process after. Please email me for more info or to sign up, or find me to chat about it. What's happening on September the 5th? Singing. Peace and Love Sing-Along. Who's excited? That's right. September 5th at 7 p.m., Music on Maple invites all to a Love and Peace Sing-Along. Speaking of music, if you knew what Rack was talking about in the Time for All Ages, Rack is offering a class after the service. What's the title of the class, Rack?
Music Theory for Songwriters.
Music Theory for Songwriters. If you, like me, were like, that sounds nice, maybe it's not the class for you, maybe the more basic class, which is for me. Come write a song, even if they can't read music?
I appreciate all persons.
There we go, all right. Next Land Stewardship Workday, if you've just been wanting to dig your fingers into the Church of the Earth, as in these grounds, the next workday for land stewardship is August 26th from 9 to noon. You're welcome to just show up with gloves, a hat, sunscreen, and a water bottle. Yes, there is a list. And lastly, this Wednesday evening, join the Millennialish group for connection, community, friendship, and fun. If you identify as Millennialish, you are welcome this Wednesday evening from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and childcare is provided. A couple of times a month, we have a tradition of sending our offertory plate out the doors of this congregation to a worthy organization, and we are doing that today, and I invite Ann Frisch up to share about our organization.
My name is Ann Frisch. My pronouns are she, her. Nonviolent Peace Force is a St. Paul-created organization working worldwide to protect civilians in areas of armed conflict through unarmed civilian protection. I've been part of the advocacy team for Nonviolent Peace Force since 2006. And I was an unarmed civilian protector in Guatemala during the bad days of the violence there in 2007 elections. First slide. I am co-author on the first manual for unarmed civilian protection. It is available to you free of charge at nonviolentpeaceforce.org. Next slide. In South Sudan, I visited South Sudan just after independence. The chiefs of all the warring parties, of course, these wars have been going on for years, decades, centuries. Cattle keepers, farmers, you know the story, came together at the UCP, Unarmed Civilian Protection, training to learn to work together and to engage in the practice. Every training had to have women in it. Women were mostly not the armed parties either, but they had to have women in those trainings. Next slide. When a participant in a community meeting in Mindanao, Philippines, reported that a curfew had been posted in his village, requiring villagers to be off the streets by 9 p.m., thus leaving the meeting early, I witnessed the unarmed civilian protectors calling the commanders on both sides of the conflict to inquire what would be the justification for this curfew. UCPs went to the site, photographed it as documentary evidence. The curfew was summarily canceled. This is how local people are learning to interrupt violence and reimagining security. Nonviolent Peace Force was credited as a key partner in Mindanao in making possible the 2013 peace process, headed by women, by the way. Women are normally left out of the peace process. They have been trained as local civilian protectors. They are transforming their communities. We will pass the donation plates now. You can also donate in 3 other ways. On the WBUUC website, you can send a check, or you can leave a check in the locked box out in front of the front office, or you can use the text to give option found on the sanctuary screens. Whichever way you give, please indicate the keyword peace. Thank you for your generous donation. The offering will now be gratefully received.
Our reading is a poem called Listening by Amy Lowell. 'Tis you that are the music, not the song. The song is but a door which, opening wide, lets forth the pent-up melodies inside, your spirit's harmony, with which clear and strong sings but of you. Throughout your whole life long, your songs, your thoughts, your doings, each divide this perfect beauty, waves within a tide, or single notes amid the glorious throng. The song of earth has many different chords, ocean has many moods and many tones, yet always ocean. In the damp spring woods, the painted trillium smiles, while crisp pine cones autumn alone can ripen. So is this one music with 1,000 cadences.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Now we break for intermission before our second hour of service today. I'm going to keep you here long. I'm sorry. In The Magician's Nephew, one of the Chronicles of Narnia, author C.S. Lewis wrote this. In the darkness, something was happening at last. A voice had begun to sing. Sometimes it seemed to come from all directions at once, and sometimes it almost felt as if it was coming out of the earth beneath them. Then 2 wonders happened at the same moment. One was that the voice was suddenly joined by other voices. They were in harmony with it, but far higher up the scale. And the second wonder was that the blackness overhead all at once was blazing with stars. One moment there had been nothing, and the next moment 1,000,000 points of light. Wind came rushing, the blackness of the sky turned to gray, hills began to stand up around them, the sky changed to pink and then to a brilliant gold, and as soon as the voice swelled to the mightiest sound it could produce, the sun rose over the hills. And from that sun's light they could see the source of the singing, and it was a large golden lion. The lion was pacing back and forth, to and fro about that empty land and singing his new song. And as he walked and as he sang, the valley grew green with grass. It spread out from him like a pool and ran up the sides of the hills like a wave. With each step the singing lion took with its large paws, trees and mountains and animals and rivers and flowers and all sorts of lovely things were bursting forth, coming into existence until finally, with his song, all was created. Narnia had been created by the song of the lion. We together, we Unitarian Universalists, we here at White Bear Church, we together profess to believe in something that is larger than any single one of us. Yes? A spirit that moves through all things, a mystery beyond our knowing. We are neither minister nor congregant, young nor old, rich or poor. We are not just humanist or theist, but something beyond me and you and any invisible walls that we put up to separate us. You, we, us, together, this beloved community of ministers and staff and congregants, we gather ourselves here on Sundays and Wednesday nights at meetings and in workshops and in RE. We gather and we focus our attention on learning to sing our song. Our song, the song of White Bear UU Church. Our song, a song of endless interchanging melodies woven in harmony as we create the world as we want it to be. We sang "My Life Flows On," an endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far off, hymn that hails a new creation. This singing the world into being that C.S. Lewis described for Narnia, this singing the world into being, the new creation we sang in our opening hymn, this singing the world into being is not just something that happens in fantasy novels or movies or hymns in our hymn books. In fact, it happens in real life. It has happened throughout time. The indigenous peoples of Australia believe that 50,000 years ago, this world, our world, their world, was created through song and continues to be. In his 1987 book, The Songlines, British novelist and travel writer Bruce Chatwin describes the Aboriginal Australian songlines as the labyrinth of invisible pathways which meander all over Australia and are known to Europeans as dreaming tracks or songlines. But to the Aboriginals, they are known as the footprints of the ancestors and the way of the lore. Aboriginal creation myths tell of a legendary totemic being who wandered over the continent in the dream time, singing out the name of everything they came across, birds and animals and plants and rocks and water holes, and so thus singing the world into existence. And it is the melodic contour of their songs, the way the songs rise and fall, ebb and flow, the harmonies with which they sing. Those melodic contours describe the land over which the song passes. Certain phrases, certain combinations of musical notes are thought to describe the actions of their ancestors' feet, literally. They find their way through their land and through their world through song. Aboriginal people regard all land as sacred, and they believe that those songs must be sung in order to keep the land alive. Our songs hail a new creation. Reverend Jack will be back with you in a couple weeks. Jessica is here to stay. Me coming to you for 5 months. All of these ministries, these ministers who come in and out of the lives of this church, we come here to begin a new story each time. A new story, not the new story, but a new story. We come here to begin stories in ways that are as ancient as stone and as new as the breath we take in each moment. It is you. It is you and your dreaming of this community of unique, diverse, courageous individuals joining the journey with the ministers and staff here, coming together to create a new and vibrant story. It is your dreaming of partnership and support and collaboration in the shared ministry of this community. And that is the beginning of another story. Our dreamings, all of our dreamings, all of your dreamings and ours brought us here together to this place with each other. Our dreamings, whether we knew it or not, held the first notes of a new song, a new vision, a shared creation built on affection and respect, honoring all of our stories while opening up to the wonder of the new world we create together. 5 months ago, my dreamings and yours created song lines. They brought us together, they guided us together here into this space. They guided us as we explored new terrain together over the summer. They revealed to us what it means to be on this journey. And through creativity and cooperation and courage and compassion, we shaped a story this summer. We shaped a shared ministry together, and we were shaped by it. These 5 months were our dreaming time, in which we all together created the song lines that guided us forward. You, as a community, are still in your dreaming time. You are still singing together as you prepare to welcome Jack back into your midst. You are still singing and will continue singing together through all the transitions that come your way, through the uncertainty, through the unknowing, through the ups and the downs and the joys and the sorrows that you celebrate and grieve together every day. Be patient. Be kind. Sometimes be silent and learn to listen. Try to let everyone's voice speak to be heard. Let everyone's voice move you. Let others hear your songs. And try to pay attention to the wonder and joy all of you create together. C.S. Lewis's very dear friend J.R.R. Tolkien also wrote a creation story in his fantasy world of Middle-earth. It's called the Ainu Lindue, and it was in the Silmarillion. And his creation story also was one of singing the world into being. And it goes like this. There was Eru, the One, and he made the first Ainur, the holy ones, that were the offspring of his thought, and they were with him before aught else was made. And he spoke to them, propounding to them themes of music, and they sang before him, and he was glad. And it came to pass that Eru called together all the Ainur and declared to them a mighty theme, unfolding to them in music things greater and more wonderful than he had yet revealed, and the glory of its beginning and the splendor of its end amazed them. And then he said to them, of the theme that I have declared to you, I will now that ye make in harmony together a great music. I will now that ye make in harmony together a great music. And since I have kindled you with the flame imperishable, ye shall show forth your powers in adorning this theme, each with your own thoughts and devices, and I will be glad that through you great beauty will be awakened into song. Isn't that like the most beautiful way of thinking the world coming into being? Each of you in your own thought and device, adorning this theme, will bring beauty into being, and together ye shall make a great music. Eru says that he has imbued each of these Ainur with an imperishable flame, and that imperishable flame lives on in each of us. We believe that. We profess that as you use the inherent worth and dignity of all beings. And thus each of you, therefore, is uniquely gifted to look at the world, to listen for the songs and the harmony, and take action in a way that is only you can. With your beautiful and broken hearts, your steadfastly sought after truths, with the wisdom gained from your own personal sorrows and joys. Remember, this is not about power or personal gain. There will be moments when one voice or a few are required to sing high above the chorus, sharing their wisdom, their perspective, their creativity. But if ever any voice loses the melody, if ever any voice has lost its way, sing them back into the shared song. I hope that you as a community will encourage a renewed effort at that song. It will take all of you and all of us together to sing the world we want into being. I'd like to believe that life constantly offers us invitations to create great music with others. What a way to walk through life. As Rack said, the harmonics already exist all around us. We just need to tune in. We just need to tune in to make great music with others. Sometimes this music is joyful. Sometimes it's not. It's full of grief or rage. Sometimes when we hear those other people's songs, we'll feel challenged or threatened. Especially then, listen carefully. When we disagree, when we misunderstand, when we are dealing with prejudices or fears, it is more important than ever to listen deeply, quieting our own voice for a moment, quieting our own judgments and assumptions and agendas. By listening in this way, we can facilitate communication. We can find our way back into a shared song, a harmony of voices. After Eru had taught the Einar how to sing, and he praised them for their beautiful music together, he took them out into the void, the blackness where nothing existed, and he said to them, "Behold your music. Behold your music." And he showed them a vision, giving to them sight where before there was only hearing, and they saw a new world made visible. "Behold your music," he said. "This is your minstrelsy." Now that's a word we don't hear often, yeah? "This is your minstrelsy, and each of you shall find contained herein, amid the design that I set before you, all those things that you have added or devised of yourself. And you will also discover all the secret thoughts of your mind, and will perceive that they are but a part of the whole and a tribute to its glory." My friends, behold your music. The music we have made together, the music you continue to make together. Open your ears to the wonders of the world around you, to the beauty of your imaginations. Learn to listen and then be brave enough to add your voice to the song. 'Tis you that are the music, the song but a door that lets forth your spirit's harmony. By listening for the song of spirit that moves throughout the world, we can begin to give voice to what we learn and witness, to reflect the beauty and depth of creation, to add our voices to the great music that is happening all around us all the time. May we, whether we are here or separated by miles, move together, our voices blending, finding expression for all of our music. And may we always, always make room as new voices join, as old voices come back into contact with us, into harmony, and as those who are leaving us fade away. I am now saying goodbye to you, gradually withdrawing my voice from the choir of your community, allowing for a moment for us all to feel the sadness in that loss, and knowing that in that letting go, we enable our hearts to begin listening for the notes of a different song. Trusting that the breath of spirit moves gently among us always, singing softly in an exhalation of love. And with that love, I thank you for letting me sing with you these past few months. And I thank you for the work that you do of creating great music in the world. I'm deeply grateful for my time with you, and very much look forward to listening from afar as your song continues, with new and old voices, new and familiar harmonies, and new and well-rehearsed rhythms. My friends, don't ever stop singing. It is the work that you do to create great music and bring this world into being.
You can remain standing for the singing of our final hymn, which is a round that we are going to sing together. We're going to sing it in 4 parts. First section being here, second, third, and fourth. The first time we will sing it all together. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, building bridges between our divisions, and building bridges between our divisions, and building bridges between harmony, building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, won't you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
And you can remain risen, because as Reverend Shea has blessed us, we are going to bless her. So the words for your blessing are in your order of service. You can pull those out, but I'm going to say a couple of words first. And I forgot to name in the prayer, there was a gratitude shared for your ministry in the Zoom chat box. So much gratitude, as I'm sure you will continue to hear over the next week. Reverend Shea, you have cared for us and oh wait, not yet, sorry. You thought that was the beginning of my part, but you're ready, and I appreciate that. Good job. Not yet, not yet. You have cared for us and journeyed with us these past 5 months. We thank you for the gift of your ministry here, which, as many of you know, began many years ago and doesn't end on this day. Though we send you on to your next parish, we pray your work here will continue, just in a different form. We're grateful for your skills of preaching, workshop leading, and pastoral care. We want to have you back in the pulpit at some point, right? We want to have you come lead workshops, right? And retreats, yes. But we're giving you a little bit of a break. Yep. And you have led many memorials during your time here. Do you have a count? It was many, many memorials. And the families that were grieving their beloveds have been touched by your ministry. We are so grateful for you. I am so grateful for you. We have a gift of appreciation, a stole made by member Jody McCormick. Jody, would you come down and present this? Jody makes the most beautiful stoles. You will get cake.
So I'm just going to say that I had the honor of conversing with Shea, Reverend Shea, and creating something for her. And from that conversation, I learned that her favorite colors are blue, yellow, and green. She loves spirals. She loves the tree of life. She loves music. And so I'm going to turn this over to you while I hold this up and you can explain. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh, and my snake. Awesome. The tree of life, my spirals, which is the sign of Star King, where I did my seminary. Music is always a part of my life, as you heard today. Beautiful. The blue snake is a internal wisdom guide for me that reminds me that I have what I need inside of me. Thank you.
And now it's your turn. Reverend Shay. Can we all shout a thank you? Thank you.
May we go in peace and have cake. Amen.